another day, another microphone because I can't decide which one I want to use. And this nice little Kevin figure. It's pretty cool. So today's gonna be a lot of fun, at least I would hope so. But before we get into it, I would like to at least discuss very quickly one rule, and it's the rule I've had for my reviews since the dawn of time. I do not serve the same purpose most other reviewers on YouTube serve. Their reviews are there so you can basically sit there and validate your own opinions about your device, and basically just sit there and jerk yourself off and be like, oh, my device is great, my reviews aren't that, man. Every single controller's dog shit to an extent. Don't know how to tell you that, but yeah, there's no invincible product here, especially with controllers. Everyone has their problems. So I'm sorry, I know SCUF owners don't like honesty, and in all honesty, I do enjoy the Instinct, but there are controllers that do the same shit for cheaper with better warranties and better reliability reports than SCUF goddamn gaming. That being said, the Instinct is worth some dialogue. So contrary to what I said in the past, we're gonna do that right now.
Oh, Eugene, I'm going to say the N-word. I'm going to do it.
I really do hope you guys end up enjoying this video because it cost me about $236, which was not very easy to pay. Stay on, you dumb cow. Mine cost $236 because I have a Damascus faceplate. A camo in Call of Duty that I will never fucking have because I have something called... Speaking of destruction, did you guys know that SCUF actually changed some things in this new controller? Yeah, I know, it makes no sense. A company releasing a new controller and actually doing something, like getting rid of their terrible SCUF thumbsticks that were made out of like foam rubber, and I think they were like convexed, if I'm not mistaken. Whatever, they were god-awful. They were soft, but they were like foam, they fell apart all the time, and they made you buy new ones. Well, they provided them on the website so you could buy new ones. You know, the option's there, headass. Obviously, that's a ploy to just get more money out of you because the paddles were the same way. They break all the goddamn time, and by far, that is the least reliable paddle design, but that's been thrown out for new buttons, and the thumbsticks have been replaced with a rubber compound that's more comparable to stock controllers. So it's tough, it should last you a while, but it is slippery to some people. I do want to talk more about the buttons, but I do kind of want to get through the rest of these specs real quick. There's not that many. It just has 3 onboard profiles, which are for the buttons on the bottom, of course. And then you have a mic mute button for headsets that are plugged into the controller. And then you obviously got the average SCUF customization, like the removable faceplate, the swappable thumbsticks. This time, you also have magnetic D-pad, which I tried the Elite Series 2 D-pad, and now I look retarded because it doesn't work. Man, that's sad. I don't know if I'll be able to say that word when I get bigger. Like, if I get bigger. If I can't, that's retarded. And you guys know I love to save the best for last. The last feature we're going to talk about, and the one that I'm going to start my review with, officially, the trigger stops. What the fuck? Why aren't these more of a thing, like anywhere else? Why hasn't someone made these yet? This is currently the only controller with these trigger stops. These are adjustable, clicky trigger stops. For those who don't know, when you buy a custom Pro controller, normal Pro controllers are like the Elite controllers, the Razor Wolverines, pre-built custom controllers basically. Custom controllers are the ones that SCUF, Battle Beaver, AIM, Hex Gaming, people like them. That's what they make. With a lot of custom Pro controllers, you can get clicky triggers. You could even install them yourself on a stock controller. It's not that hard. I did it the other day, and then the controller died. But the thing is that this is the first time they've ever been adjustable. They've never once ever been adjustable. And by adjustable, I mean you can switch between a normal trigger and the clicky trigger, which is literally a mouse switch. It feels amazing. It's absolutely, ooh, I love it so much. I would take the controller apart and see how the mechanism works, but I'm scared of that. I want to do a reliability update on this a couple of months in the future, and the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if the controller, it doesn't have dust in it, and it doesn't have stick drift from other stupid shit, and it doesn't have... I hope it doesn't die. The biggest problem with the trigger stops, though, I suppose I mean, kind of a positive, this is really the only selling point for this controller. Everything else that's here is accessible with controllers that are much, much cheaper, have longer warranties, and better reliability reports than SCUF Gaming. Again. And you might also notice that the normal Instinct doesn't have these triggers. So yes, by default, that makes it the most pointless controller ever. Why are you charging $170 for 4 extra buttons and like no extra features? You are so... I'm not going to continue to let the normal base Instinct frustrate me. We're just going to move on. Trigger stops are nice. Nice update. Update I'm not so happy about is the buttons. Now, don't get me wrong. They can't break anymore, and you don't have to give SCUF, or I should say Corsair now, you don't have to give them as much money as you used to, because you don't have to continuously replace the paddles or the thumbsticks. However, we have a problem, and that is that the buttons have the exact same dog shit, god-awful, terrible, goddamn, kill me please design that the paddles had. You know, the one that has those two buttons that face inward for whatever reason. Why did you do that? Are we in high school? Are we in high school? Are you gonna sit here and tease me with a 4-button controller and only 2 of them are usable? So the only upside to the buttons is that they don't break. That wasn't even the main complaint from people. The main complaint was that they weren't usable. The paddles sucked balls. It's basically like paying $230 for a $40 PowerA Spectra. The Spectra, for those who don't know, is a controller that has 2 extra buttons and trigger stops. If you're giving me 4 buttons and only 2 of them are usable, why not just buy that? The change I'm the biggest fan of, though, has to be, well, obviously it's the trigger stops, but the thumbsticks are a close second. Because this is the first time I've actually been able to use a dome thumbstick. Dome thumbsticks are always terrible for me, they're always super slippery, there's not much advantage to them, but this one actually has a nice hexagonal design, which is all over the controller, on the bumpers and the triggers, and it feels beautiful. I can grip it really nicely, and it's really cool. The only problem is that the controller comes with 2 concaves and 2 convexed. So, there's no high-rise concave stick, which is okay because control freaks fit on these things. All these changes are really nice in my opinion. In fact, I would say that this is probably my favorite controller to use right now. In terms of gameplay, I don't have more fun with any other controller than this one, but there's a brutally honest reality to the situation, and it isn't pretty. Alright guys, reality check. This controller is expensive as fuck. For what you're getting at least. Like with the Hex Rival, or wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was the Hex Rival. That was a $300 PS5 controller. Problem being, there was no custom PS5 controllers out at the time. Even at that price point though, it was still very hard to recommend. But at this price point, for what you're getting, which is not 4 extra buttons, it's more like 2, and features that are accessible on other Xbox controllers for much cheaper prices, I'm forced to really only look toward the trigger stops to recommend this controller. Because the trigger stops are cool. You can play racing games or first-person shooters. You can play whatever you want, and it works with everything. Because you have an instant clicky trigger, or the full range of your trigger. But other than that, I don't really see a reason for anyone to buy this controller. And okay, I'm gonna discuss this now, fuck it. I would also like to talk about the fact that when it comes to SCUF controllers, the reviews that go out about them, the way people talk about them in articles, which don't read articles about controllers. If it'll fucking, it blows my mind. No matter how bad this product is, I swear to fucking God, whatever product comes from SCUF, people don't like to negatively review that. Including the controllers that come from Microsoft, the Series 1, the Series 2, people don't like to negatively review things like that. Do you want to know why? Negatively reviewing something does bring more views. However, negatively reviewing something that is very popular and widely liked is a very, very dangerous and treacherous slope. Many, many times I have gone to the point where I've pissed off a lot of people and my dislike bar does not look pretty. And I will admit, as much as I am a part of the tech community now, the tech community is made out of a lot of pussies, man. They don't like confrontation. They don't like to deal with people who are talking shit about them or saying that they're wrong. Shit, even I don't like that to an extent, but I understand and kind of accept the fact that that's just gonna happen. That's why these things get so many damn positive reviews, even though they are the most unreliable fucking controllers on the planet. Right up there with the Series 2. But you need to be brutally honest about these things. This controller is good. It does have its strong points. Every controller has its strong points, but every controller has a lot of problems. Like the fact that they're priced so high, but they are some of the most unreliable, if not the most unreliable gaming devices ever. And no one ever stops to think about that shit. They just treat it like it's a fucking keyboard review. It's not that simple. Stick drift is a lot more complicated than you fucking think, and it's a lot harder to fix if you don't know what you're doing. And paying for a controller like this that is only guaranteed to be covered by the company for 6 months is a very, very treacherous move. So treacherous that I might even be able to recommend the Elite Series 2 over this in some situations because it's $40 fucking cheaper. It's not that I don't like this controller, and it's not that I'm personal to it. In fact, I love using the Instinct Pro. Out of the, 13, 12 controllers I have right now, this is my favorite one to use. But being honest is the most important thing, and in all honesty, it is not that recommendable of a controller aside from its trigger stop mechanism, which is only particular to certain people who are playing games that require you to have the full range of your trigger, which is not a lot of games, especially when you're playing just first-person shooters. Any normal pro controller, it'll have better priced performance than any custom controller. And if you want to see the differences between custom and normal pro controllers, you can go right here. But now I'm going to show you guys some gameplay, then we're just going to head out. So today, we got FortNite, we got Halo, FortAids, FortAnal actually, Galo, SplitGate, and BeamNG, because BeamNG is awesome and I don't want to mess with it. So, enjoy.
here.
Yeah, I'll go there in one. No! What the fuck?
Slayer, double kill, killing spree, triple kill, double kill, double kill, King Slayer. Killing spree.
I have finally done it. I finally did the thing I said I wouldn't do. And you know, that's okay, because I think I've actually really enjoyed doing this. Oh, the fucking heater turned on, bruh. I'm just gonna scoot forward and fight through it. All in all, I really do enjoy the Instinct Pro. I think it's a wonderful controller. I think the base Instinct sucks balls. But in all honesty, I mean, I kind of already told you guys, it's just not really that recommendable based on its price to performance, and even with other custom Pro controllers out there like the ones from Battle Beaver. And I can't think of anybody else right now because I'm very tired and mildly lazy, but there are controllers that do what it does for cheaper, aside from its trigger stops, which is literally the only thing I can, you know, give this thing props for. And I really am sorry, but I'm not. I mean, this is SCUF's controller, it doesn't have any effect on me. I mean, this video may have an effect on me.
Hey, Elvis, your opinions suck. This is why. Yeah. Opinion time.
But I think the authenticity of controller reviews needs to go up a bit. And you know, actually, I meant to talk about this earlier too. I don't know why I didn't, but do you see these titles right here? I'm not calling these people out specifically. I'm calling out the titles that they've made for this video. That's bullshit. No. Not the best. Claiming it's the best ever allows SCUF to continue doing the things that they're doing. They're still not all the way there. And they still give you a fucking 6-month warranty. And sometimes they don't even honor that! So yeah, no, not the best controller ever. I do think SCUF is truly improving. And you know, my final message for SCUF would be, continue doing what you're doing. Stay on this track, but change these goddamn buttons. Change the design. Please. I know you're trying to be unique. Not an area to be unique in. Just do something else. Take the Power A route and just copy the Elite Series 2 for all. I don't give a shit. Just do something else. I heavily enjoyed your controller, SCUF. I do. Very impressed. Continue doing what you're doing. Please keep improving. I beg of you. Because that's the one thing I can give SCUF right now that I can't give other companies, and it's that they're actually trying to do something with their controllers. I mean, even Razer, which I understand what they're trying to do, they're trying to refine a design that is really good. The Wolverine controllers are very good, but they haven't really done anything significantly different that isn't their fucking D-pad. So, I think that's where I'm going to end it. I'm not going to die right now. No, I'm not committing death self. I can't say the other thing. I'll get demonetized, and I'm not gonna fucking get demonetized in this video. If I get demonetized, I'm just gonna fucking re-upload it. I definitely need to recoup some of this fucking cost. It was not a cheap endeavor in the slightest. But I'm not upset about that. I mean, I will be if it dies instantly, but you guys will figure out if that happens. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys catch up on the monthly update, whenever the hell that is. It'll probably be at the 6-month mark or something when I have it. And I also hope to see you guys in my, where's it at? Can I see it? My Azeron review. Yeah, you can see it. Kind of. You guys want to keep updated on that? Hit my Instagram or the subscribe button or whichever one. And, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.